Everyone's going to hate me for saying this because I strongly believe in the masculine and feminine dynamic.
Yeah.
Women are here to be women. Our physiology is such. It doesn't mean we need to be locked up in the house and not allowed to do anything. No, that's not what I mean by being feminine. We spiritually take care of men. And men, when they're in the protector provider space, they also thrive.
I personally think that men are basically all the same. Men just want a nice, sweet, supportive woman. You don't even have to be that beautiful. Like, don't be fat. Like, go to the gym, eat healthy, put a little bit of makeup on, not too much. But ultimately, men just want a supportive, kind, sweet woman. He's going to go out there, take on the world, do all these difficult things, and he just wants to go home and know that there's peace, there's food on the table, the house is clean. It's really not that difficult. All men want the same thing.
And I vet and I test hard, very hard, because I don't need a woman. Men don't need a woman. Women need men. That's biblical. Woman was created for man, not the other way around. I wasn't created for you. You were created to be my helpmate. And that's not to be prideful or egoic. That is biblical. That is biological. Men are bigger, stronger, faster, smarter. We have a better ability to provide for ourselves financially. Why do
Before we dive in, drop a comment. Are modern men more delusional, or is it the ladies? Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss what we expose next. Now, let's talk about this statement. It's powerful because it touches on a truth a lot of people don't want to admit. For decades, the dating market has been running on an old script. Men are expected to provide, protect, and basically play the role of a walking ATM. Meanwhile, women have been told they can have it all: independence, freedom, and a man who still pays for everything. But here's the twist. Men are checking out of that deal. More and more guys are realizing they don't have to sign up to be someone's 24/7 provider while getting little respect in return. They're choosing peace over pressure. And you can see it everywhere. Marriage rates dropping, men delaying relationships, the rise of the so-called passport brothers, even younger men quietly walking away from the dating apps altogether. The point here isn't that men don't want to care for women. Most men still want to lead, to protect, to provide, but only when it's appreciated. Masculinity thrives when femininity meets it halfway. If a woman shows up with softness, grace, and partnership instead of entitlement, men respond. The real message: when women embrace being women, meaning they value partnership, respect masculine energy, and bring their own nurturing strengths, everything starts to flow again. The tug of war disappears. Relationships stop feeling like a business transaction and start feeling like a team. And ironically, that's when both sides end up happier.
Females are more drawn towards guys with money.
What happens is, in cultures where there's lots of money, it attracts beautiful women. Because what happens with very beautiful women is they realize how much they can get for free. So they start to clock onto that very quickly. Money attracts women, absolutely, but it attracts disloyal women. If you're an old man with lots of money and you're overweight and this, that, and the other, but you're getting lots of girls, you're not getting girls. You're getting investors, people who want to get money out of you.
Here's where the conversation cuts deeper. Some people like to dress it up with polite words like investors, as if men willingly pouring resources into someone who gives nothing back is some kind of business deal. But let's call it what it really is: leeches and users. That's the uncomfortable reality a lot of men are waking up to. For years, some women have been told that simply existing, showing up pretty, posting selfies, or dropping a few flirty texts is enough to keep the attention, gifts, and money flowing. But that dynamic isn't love. It's a one-way drain. And men are starting to recognize the pattern. The modern dating market has made it even easier for this behavior to hide in plain sight. Social media, dating apps, and soft life trends all reward taking without giving. But a relationship built on extraction is doomed. Eventually, the guy realizes he's not a partner. He's a sponsor. And here's the key. Real men aren't angry about giving. They're angry about being used. There's a difference between providing for someone you cherish and being treated like an endless supply line. Men are drawing that line now. They're saying, if you want my time, my effort, my protection, bring something real to the table. Respect, loyalty, support, femininity, partnership. Because a healthy bond isn't built on one person feeding while the other bleeds. It's built on exchange, where both sides pour in and nobody has to question if they're being drained.
The person who I would look for probably wants a woman that has her own success.
Clueless, dude. The man I'm looking for, aka Chad, is looking for a woman that has her own success.
They want a young, pretty girl with an honest heart who can cook and shows affection. That's it. It's not rocket science.
So how would you cater to me?
If you were my husband?
When I'm your husband?
Every way possible. There wouldn't be a second I wouldn't cater to you.
I'd be fast.
You would be. You could wake up at 3 in the morning and ask me to make you food, and I will get out of bed and I will make you food. There is nothing I wouldn't do because you are my partner and I am the woman. I wouldn't ask you to clean. I wouldn't ask you to cook. I wouldn't ask you for anything domesticated because that is my part as a woman, me personally, how I believe before anyone starts sending.
Which would mean my part would be for you?
To provide and protect.
I love
you
it.
provide, you look after the household, you make sure I'm safe always, you make sure the children are safe always, and I will make sure you don't have to worry about anything else.